Hello everybody, welcome back to Three-Way Plays. I am Justin, and today we are going to begin our Firewatch playthrough. Okay everybody, the beginning of our game. We're starting off in Boulder, Colorado with the text reading, "You see Julia." She's about your age, late 20s. Laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your friends. You approach her. You are drunk. We're given the option to say two things. So what's your, major? You're pretty. Okay, let's ask her about her major. You slur the word major and it smells like Coors. You give an awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says. And I'm a professor. Cool, you reply. What's yours, she asks. She sniffs the air. Toxicology? Was that a burn, you ask? She says definitely. Worried she hurt your feelings, she asks you if you want to split a cheeseburger. 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. Okay, so we are now in a relationship with Julia. And it looks like we are in an elevator. And we are in a parking garage with only one vehicle, presumably our truck. You and Julia date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in together. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German Shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. So it seems as though Julia would like to get the beagle, but it may be a better idea to get the German Shepherd, as he'll be able to help protect her. We will adopt the German Shepherd. You adopt the Shepherd and name him Mayhem. He's an excellent dog. He loves wrestling with you in the park and goes with Julia on her runs. Even though he's too big to bring to school, Julia loves him all the same. He's a friend, child, and pet, all rolled into one. It's now 1979. You and Julia talk out on the deck. It's summertime, 9:30 p.m., and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids? Julia asks. Kids? They're not very smart, or much good, you reply. I'm saying if you and I have some, a couple of little idiots. We're given two options. That would be pretty good. Or one day, why rush? Let's say that would be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married, Julia says. Yeah, I would like that, you reply. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. Okay, we are back out at our truck. Looks like we have reached our destination, Thoroughfare Trailhead. So, perhaps at a state park. And there's not really anything around here except for some communications on a billboard and a trail that lies ahead. So let's take the trail and see where it leads us. Transitioning to another slide, it's now 1980. It's a Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call, you're worried, and are getting angrier by the minute. She walks in the front door after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a good time. You fight when she climbs into bed. We can either get mad or we can ignore her. The previous slide did say we were already angry, so we will just go ahead and get the argument over with. Oh, we call her an inconsiderate asshole. That is not the way I thought this conversation was going to go. She tells you to F yourself and to not be such a baby. You call her selfish. She knows you mean it and it hurts her feelings. (1981) now. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. We can pose in one of two fashions. We can flex like a He-Man, or we can frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. Let's flex like a He-Man. Apparently we look awesome. Okay, it looks like the trail that we were walking has led us to this ravine, and the trail continues forward. The sun is starting to set, implying that we have been on this walk for quite a while. We have a sign for Two Forks Fire Lookout with an arrow indicator of 8 miles. Another year has gone by, 1982. During the summer, you and Julia enjoy walking Mayhem at night. There's a festival in town and it brings in people from all over the place. One of them tries to mug us with a knife. Mayhem runs away. Julia exclaims in frustration. She always has trouble speaking when she's stressed. You confront the attacker. You beat his goddamn face in. Your arms get cut up, but you beat the guy to a pulp. You don't feel very tough. You cry your eyes out before the cops show up. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids have been waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job. Associate department chair. She would like to move. You absolutely do not want to move. We can either convince her not to take the job, or we can agree to her taking the job if she commutes back and forth. We will agree. You ask her if she will commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it for you. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. (1985) Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having a quote episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. She was found crying in the stairwell. You can respond to her in one of 2 ways. You say that maybe you guys should talk to somebody about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. It sounds like she may be having some memory issues. Maybe we should talk to somebody about it. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She's only 41. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. Back out on the trail. It looks like we have made camp for the evening. Our journal set here on a stump. Our dog Mayhem is getting older. He's got silver hair down his back and slows down at night. You and Julia walk him to the bar to see your friends, and it feels like nothing has changed. Julia goes back to the university. It's now 1987. Julia's affliction is getting worse. She can't remember things in her class, her research is in shambles, she drives her cars to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She's devastated. She's sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a complete stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. You and Julia tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. But she begins to get worse. It's 1988. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple of months. We can decide to move her into a full-time care facility, or we can keep trying to take care of her on our own. Let's take care of Julia. Back on the trail. Looks like we've come quite a long way. It is impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her, like when she tries to cook her own food. You can't do anything without her, and she can't do anything without you. When she goes to sleep, you stay up for a few hours, drinking on the deck, watching baseball in the summer, college basketball in the winter. You're drinking then too. You start going out after you put her to bed. The first time you do it, you worry about her getting up and walking around while you're gone. We can put a chair in front of her bedroom door to prevent her from doing so, or we can just trust that she will stay asleep. Given the options, let's just trust that she will stay asleep. You go to the same old bar at the end of Pearl Street. It's nice there. Over time, you tell Sheila, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off. You're home and in bed by 1 a.m. a couple nights a week. You look forward to those nights. (1989) One night you are stopped at a DUI checkpoint. You blow a .10 and are taken to jail for the night. You consider trying to hide it, but you end up telling your sister-in-law Susan. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They can't believe the state your house is in. Then they tell you Julia is coming to live with them. You don't argue, you say you will visit soon. A few weeks go by. Summer is coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. Okay, exiting the trail, it looks like we have come upon a lookout tower and are being prompted to enter it. And we will enter the tower and turn on the power.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Well, we're getting called on the radio. We must be in Two Forks Tower.
This is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
Yeah. Contact the supervisor on the radio.
I know you're there. Your lights are on.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Given a few options, let's accuse her of killing her ex-husbands.
Okay, you've killed 3 husbands. You're a black widow and you're just out here until the heat dies down and then you'll kill again.
Ooh, very good. Bravo, Henry.
Okay, I sleep now?
Not quite. Now you.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. I say you got fired from your job and have finally decided to write your novel. That's the sort of bullshit reason you'll find a man out in the woods.
Good night.
Welcome to the job. Good morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
Okay, and we have arrived at our watchtower. This must be the new job that we took as a Firewatch for a state park. We are on our first day of the job. It looks like we've gotten our watchtower around a little bit, and we are being prompted to radio to our new supervisor, who is in the other watchtower across the way. So we will respond to our new supervisor next time. Before we go, I just wanted to say to everybody that watched this video and that will be watching the continuation of the episodes that everybody here at Three Way Plays genuinely appreciates anybody who takes time out of their day to watch our content. If you guys like the content, please subscribe and let us know what you want to see in the future. From everybody here at Three Way Plays, I have been Justin. This is our Firewatch playthrough, and we hope to see you all in the next episode. Thanks again, and goodbye.